After being set apart as the new prophet, Joshua now has some pretty big shoes to fill. I mean, Moses was one of the greatest prophets ever. And now Joshua has to lead the Israelites into the Promised Land and conquer the Canaanites? Yikes! And Joshua, understandably feeling overwhelmed, is told by God 3 times to be strong and courageous, and to not be afraid or discouraged, because the Lord God is with them wherever they go. Now Joshua needs this reassurance as he and the children of Israel are about to really be put to the test. Okay, Joshua's first great task is to get thousands of Israelites across the Jordan River. No problemo. Have you ever felt totally inadequate when trying something big or important? Well, God commands Joshua to tell the people, "Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you." Then the Lord confides to Joshua, "This day I'll begin to magnify thee, that Israel may know that as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee." With this huge confidence booster and God's power, Joshua leads them through the Jordan River by first commanding the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant to step into the flowing river. It's only after they walk with faith in every footstep into the water that it parts, like the Red Sea, and the Israelites again cross through on dry ground. Now, walking through this water symbolizes a new beginning for the Israelites, God's chosen people. And once they're through, they obediently follow God's instructions and build a cool memorial of river stones at the site so they can later tell their children about this miracle representing their new beginning. Like most of the peoples inhabiting Canaan, those living in Jericho are extremely wicked, having long since forgotten God and His commandments. And it's within God's power and right to remove the wicked to bring forth His righteous plans. So, the Israelites need to overthrow the city of Jericho, but it's surrounded by this massively intimidating wall. Miraculously, the angelic captain of the Lord's host appears to Joshua and presents God's plan. This time, they won't fight with physical power, but by exercising faith and spiritual power. Remember, the number 7 is very special to the Hebrews. It points to God's power and means completion, fulfillment, and perfection. So, each day, for 7 days, 7 priests with trumpets lead other priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant, followed by thousands of people walking very quietly, once around the outside of the city. But on the 7th day, after circumnavigating the city 7 times, the priests blow a single loud blast on their trumpets, and then all the Israelites yell one great shout. Hey! That's all it took. And the walls of the city crumble and fall down flat, destroying the Canaanites. As soon as the walls collapse, the Israelites rush in, take the city, and gather the silver, gold, and iron vessels for the Lord's treasury, but are forbidden to pocket the loot for themselves. God wins this battle for them. However, one greedy man named Achan breaks the commandment, thinking, "No one's going to notice." Now, feeling pretty confident, the Israelites go to battle the next city, Ai, with only a few thousand men, and get totally walloped. Ay, ay, ay! They lose this battle badly. Why? Because Achan broke God's command at Jericho. His selfishness and direct disobedience brought immediate consequences, as God teaches His covenant people that even one man's disobedience is too much. Achan's name, by the way, unsurprisingly means trouble, with a capital T. And the result of his actions is that he and his family lose their lives. It's crystal clear that for Israel to inherit the Promised Land, God requires complete, 100%, unfailing, marker with a star, obedience. And so, with the strength of God, Joshua and the Israelites become fearless for a time, and they understand nothing can stop them except their own disobedience. Because when they're righteous and serve God, He fights their battles for them. By the way, He also does that for us today. Yes, God will and does fight our battles, and is there for us, especially in the moments we need Him most. Before Joshua dies, he, like Moses, gathers his people together one last time. Now clearly, this is not the same unsure Joshua the Lord began with. He's no longer an untested prophet and boldly testifies to his people and the world how they've witnessed the consequences of good and bad, both blessings and cursings. He then exhorts, "Choose you this day whom ye will serve, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Thanks, Joshua. You rock! He likewise invites us today, right here, right now, to choose to serve and obey God, to stand and be counted on Team God, and to make this decision once and for all. Now, the Israelites made it much harder on themselves, because every time a new trial or temptation came along, they had to figure out again whose side they should be on. Look, we'll make mistakes sometimes, but if we make solid commitments to start out with, it'll be so much easier to not be afraid and to be strong and of good courage, for the Lord our God will be with us wherever we go. Unfortunately, next time, the Israelites totally forget all the good things Moses and Joshua taught them, and, spoiler alert, things go downhill quickly. It takes a lot to make these videos, so to keep Line Upon Line free for everyone, consider donating through Patreon. The link's in the description below. And thanks for watching. This episode is packed with info, so you might want to watch it again to make sure you didn't miss anything, including the hilarious jokes. If you feel this video has helped you on your path towards truth and Christian discipleship, please subscribe and share. Most importantly, go read the scriptures for yourself.